we might... What the actual fuck? Alright. This is fucking annoying. Streaming for a bit, okay. Come on, stabilize. Are we back? Like, is everything good? But my internet okay?
Your voice sounds fine. The stream is back.
Okay.
Everything's
It's
clear
a
on
little
my end.
blurry, but wait a bit and it should stabilize.
Alright.
There we go. Now it works fine.
So you have to wait for my fucking internet to stabilize, man. It's so annoying.
Okay, once again, this is the match point for Kiumbra.
Yup, hey, I told him if I would be sad if it wasn't at least 7-5, and well, we've already met that criteria, so I will not be sad about that. I will be sad about my fucking internet.
Well, hopefully we can get through just one. Is this the last one, or is it one more after this?
There's one more set, but yeah. Are they fighting right now, or?
Yeah,
Yes.
they are fighting.
Okay, I'm having some issues then connecting still in the room. I might need to rejoin, but. Oh my god.
I'll start streaming on my end from what I'm seeing.
Okay.
Let me just go straight to Discord.
Wait, never mind. I think I'm good.
You good?
I'm in the replay.
Alright, just speed up. Catch up. Oh, double bomb. Ooh! Alright, one hit away. Oh, Potemkin? Yeah, that was rough situation. Potemkin coming right there.
Yep. Alright.
Ooh, 3K, risky, but worth it there.
Good
Once
5D.
again, the dust working out really well for Kiumbra. Ooh. Well, got that. That was funny, actually. The donut brought back Kiumbra's health.
Oh god, is it doing it again? Yeah, I'm having to fast forward multiple times, but Kiumbra fight. All right, we're going to the last game.
6-6.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. L has made the adjustments, and I do not know what Kiumbra's should be doing here. Possibly to just Kiumbra should just start going for overhead kiss again. There haven't been any lately.
Maybe, yeah. See, it's test and see how that reaction is. If it's been dulled.
Yeah, usually you just a lot of players they just start fuzzy jumping, so like they'll block, and then after a certain amount of time they're gonna jump. But then like if you stop doing overhead kiss, they'll stop doing that.
Yeah, so we're going to the last game. Like before, it went 5-4 to the last round. So I'm hoping this goes to the last round. We'll see. This is a close set.
Start overhead kiss. Just do it.
Just do it. Oh my god.
You want to be safe, 5K overhead kiss, then overhead kiss. But just do it.
Yep.
Just get one in there. It's gonna work. I'm sure. No,
All right.
Vision. There's
Gotta
not
tell
another
them
L.
to
It's going to be a W.
Seconds out.
That as well, yeah.
Seconds out.
Time?
Internet, hold out for this game. Please. Please. Are they fighting already, or?
No, they use a started round.
Yeah, I'm just making sure that it's not lagging for me.
Alright. I'm going to share my screen.
No, I'm good.
So
I'm good. I'm in.
But like, if it ever cuts out on your end, you can just quickly switch
Okay.
so we don't miss anything. If that makes
Oh
sense.
yeah. Ooh, the throw. Nice. Overhead kiss not working. Even-ish on health, but already forced the burst out of Kiumbra.
Alright, Kiumbra's decided to play the long range game. Alright.
Meteors are incoming.
Good block. Ooh, good up dolphin follow-up. No, that won't punish. Ooh, they both had the block there, so no plus frames for L. Alright, that was only a hit. That was a hit by the mini foul, so that wasn't a big stun.
I think overhead kiss would have worked there.
Yeah, but it would have been a counter hit overhead kiss.
Oh yeah, those suck. 3K, not punished though.
Oh, that was so good. Take that, Faust. You can't just summon bombs.
The zoning game. The zoning game.
That was a good hit. Oh, the tricky empty jump low. Oh, tries it again. Good anti-air. You'll take that trade.
Oh man, alright. The burst is gone from FormalEll and a health deficit. Both bursts are gone. Kiumbra trying to end it this round. 3K hits. Gets to 5D. Ooh.
Good SRR. Now that meteors won't hit.
Meteors whiff. Bomb on the screen.
Yeah, they don't. They always go the same direction they were summoned in.
This is it. This is it.
That was it.
That was epic. That was epic. Oh my god.
Yo, that's what I want to see last round. Post set.
I'm gonna ask if they want to interview. And then I'll pull them in.
Yeah.
That May 1 you hate to see in.
It was a good set.
Yeah, that was very good.
Alright, let me get Kiumbra and Pulsar in here.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
You.
Yeah, I'll
My
just pull you. I
interview.
don't know if they're gonna join, so we'll give them a sec to see what they want to do. Oh my god.
That was crazy. You got your 6-7, Jack. You got your 6-7.
Thanks for the follow, Blaze Blue. 1, 2, 3.
Yo, that was wild.
So, how do you feel? How's your heart after this, Kiumbra?
Yeah, I'm checking with them. They
My
haven't
heart
signed.
it's bursting out of my chest. I was living on Monster for that entire
Alright,
set.
yeah, give me a sec. Let me
I
pull them
swear
in.
to God, I'm gonna get a heart attack.
What up, crack on? How you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, GG's. Those are some really good games.
Yeah, we got there.
Yeah, hey, I wanted that. Hey, I told you I wanted at least 7.5 or I was going to be sad.
Yeah, we gave you what you wanted.
Yeah, I'm sorry for
Oh,
the straight
no.
for the internet bullshit that delayed that started that one game. Thanks for bearing with me for that.
Yeah, that's no problem. It's no problem.
So I guess Pulsar and Kraken, how would you summarize the evolution of the set? Like from that
I had to
coach's
be
perspective.
really honest. I was more just focused on just dealing with the player rather than the character itself. I was just like, just do this, and it'll probably work out in the end. It's literally what I was telling him. Make sure to reduce the risk. Don't kill yourself, and then maximize your dumb stuff. Basically, that's what I basically said.
Yeah, I mean that's like how I looked at it too. It's just more like figure out like stuff that actually works against like how like Kiumbra is playing, and then like do that to like take advantage of like. Yeah, definitely more of I felt it was more playing against the player versus like the matchup itself.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's what I was saying. I was like, that's what it really came down to. What kind of advice did you give? Like, I was super curious. What were you telling? I was like, just do a lot of hoops, and I was like, I wonder what Krakon's gonna say about hoops.
Not the hoops around.
Yeah, I didn't think the hoops were that big of a deal. At least, so it didn't even come to my mind. A lot of mine was just like, hey, I think like at round start, 5K can beat out a lot of maze options, especially
Yeah, we saw that. I was like, oh. And I was like, don't do anything. Just don't do anything at the beginning of the round. Just hang out. Just hang out.
So yeah, that was like one thing I gave. And I think like also maybe stuff for like, Maze a lightweight, so like 2D Pogo actually works on her. So
yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh no. Yeah, but I think like it's I think at this level it feels like May has like a slight advantage because the simplicity of the character. And I was like, damn, if the set were to go on longer, I think Faustus just starts to pull ahead. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was just. I'll only say I think it was just unfortunate about the last game with the first round of the bomb.
Yeah,
that was a little bit unfortunate.
So I turned my head away and I was like, "Their bomb's gonna explode." I was like, "She's gonna, they're gonna die." I just laughed.
I audibly gasped when my health bar fucking disappeared.
Those 4-hit combo,
Yeah.
bonus bomb hit.
The Bombo combo. Faust has those.
RNG.
I have to do another one at some point now. Another.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got to turn this into a series. I really enjoy playing against L. So.
Yeah, no, seriously, like that's the thing. Like, I know Pulsar, you were there for like the original when they fought before. Kraken, how much did you see of their first set?
I watched the set just like as the other sets were going on, just so I had an idea of how Kiumbra played, so if I could actually give some decent advice. So that's what I did. It was like, yeah, like pretty close set too. Very, very interesting how that turned out in the end. Like I figured like that how that set could have gone either way. This one could have as well. So yeah, because good stuff to both players. It's pretty enjoyable to watch too, and just
it was fun.
I was able to
like just to really dial back and see what people have like as players, what they have difficulty dealing with, and how they adapt. Right? It's like cool. You can point out like oh, you could adapt to this, adapt to that. Like literally pointing out like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So talking to JustVulture, he said it'll be ready about 30-ish minutes. So do you two want to go at it?
Crack on me.
Yeah, if you want like to show a different perspective on the matchup.
I was wondering if are you busy? Oh shit.
I mean, I could play a few games, sure.
Sure. We could yell at each other in chat.
Yell at each other in chat. Yeah, you guys can stay here if you want, like, or if you just want to show things about the matchup, like whatever you want to do.
I don't know. I got to play some games, I guess. Yeah, let me get out of spectator mode then.
Yeah, but yeah, FormalEll, Kiumbra, like, how was it like going? Like, what were you thinking going into like round 2 essentially?
Round 2? I think I was still trying to get a feel for it. I was still using way too many dolphins because I crutched on dolphin way too hard. And I was getting punished for that. I think L realized that.
Yeah, I wish I practiced better punishes on like further S dolphins or like further block up dolphins and shit. Because I don't think I punished even one of them from anywhere outside of like the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, they're super punishable. So it's like at a certain point, like it's something you like. If you feel like you're playing enough, you should definitely lab it. Just sit down and see what you actually need to do.
Yeah.
It may start to fall apart when people actually like do the homework on her, and then they realize, wait, she doesn't. She's like all this stuff is actually just super like, oh no, she can just die for this.
Yeah. So like just play till whatever.
Oh, yo, is it my colors?
My color.
Yeah, no, that was a thing earlier where, Pulsar said something if you lost that you were like going to revoke the rights to those colors. Oh my god, my spectate view is not working right.
I just picked the red ones. No matter what character I pick in what game.
Oh yo!
I'm telling you, man, I use everything with May.
Oh no.
Have we blow up? Is that me?
Yeah.
You will see me use every single button. Everything.
Oh, IK. Oh,
no, you don't IK from Jump D, yeah.
Yeah, there's not enough time to IK.
And the Krakow actually
The only thing I'm mad about is we didn't see any IKs in the set.
Hey, I gave you your IK game. I hope you're happy.
Oh yeah.
Oops. Whatever.
Oh, that's not...
Oh man.
Moose versus Cliff did not happen. Moose or JustVulture, the Cliff player, is still at work and is not going to be ready for another about 30 minutes. So.
I blame Strive for my inability to FD anymore.
There's an
oh, you have
now.
used the macro now in Drive?
Yes.
Oh god, that was That could have been a good combo, but that was just weird positioning to get anything confirmed. Oh. That was not a gold burst. Oh well. Oh. Uh-oh. I'm falling apart. Ah, there we go.
That was an IK'd. You could have IK'd from that.
I definitely could have IK'd, but I respect Krakon enough to like not make him tired. You know what? We still have a Saturday to go through today, alright?
Oh god.
You want IK?
No vision.
Al, do you want to play against Pulsar?
They put me in the fucking slot.
I mean, this is what happens in a winter stays line.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. Or I guess I guess it's whatever at this point.
Yeah.
I don't have fancy combos. I just run at you and hit buttons with me.
I guess I'll just set up the stream then for. Yeah.
Oh, this is not my color. This is bullshit. Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out. Destroyed.
EXK.
Cool.
Oh no, EXK.
We want IK. That's what Miser's telling us.
Oh god.
Awesome.
Oh, that's...
That was like
there we
pretty
go.
great.
Yo, does
Combo
Faust
combos.
even get anything off the counter hit particular bomb? Like in particular?
I think he just gets more time to confirm it
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a more like untechable knockdown than it would have otherwise been.
But it's already so long.
Yep, but he gets even more time.
It's just the initial slowdown of a counter hit, basically, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that 5H.
Confirms. God damn.
Oops. No, that was the C.
Oh no!
Yo!
Yes! Do it! Yes!
So rude.
That is not guaranteed, that one. You cannot... That is
Okay.
definitely not one of them.
No,
You want to play Kiumbra crack on? This is actually
okay.
more interesting too to see this one actually happen too.
Oh,
Actually.
crack.
How do I pass? This is fine. Here you go.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's go.
I guess I'll play Kiumbra then.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting because like the play will just be completely different.
God, I'm gonna get demolished.
Yeah. There's so many Maze and Faust in this room, holy shit. The battle of hair versus bald. I say this as someone who has a bald smart forming and plays May.
Yeah, man.
Oh shit. My spectate
Oh,
mode is being dumb, so I'm probably
Round
gonna remake
start
this room
3K. Yo, that works.
3K
God.
is just the best button.
You get punished
No,
for it really
yeah.
hard. You get traumatized by it, yeah.
Then you press it
No,
again.
that's hard to time actually. That's only a 2-frame window.
For what?
They do the deep dust in between the 5K and the 5H.
Oh yeah, I mean it should always work though. It's a buffer.
It does, but it's a 2-frame window. I guess if you get it wrong, you're still blocking technically.
Don't worry about the semantics and frame data. Just you gotta believe.
Ah, the bomb screwed me up.
I wonder if we talk to Moose for a little bit about the cliff matchup first too before we go.
Oh no.
into it.
Oh, the boss.
I'm an idiot. Okay.
Yeah,
Threw it
I
all
was thinking
away.
about, like, a lot of these matches for me are just like kind of like they're on my spectrum of like kind of matchups.
So, I kind of caught it at the end there, but what was your opinion on the Maze Slayer match? You said something about you.
It's tricky. You have to play very differently, and like because you can't really rely on like Oki, right? Which is typically how make close out the matches, right? And so like you have to be really neutral heavy, and that means also like if you're playing like raw neutral with her, you're actually not really doing a lot of damage. Right? So every exchange that Slayer's gonna have is like it's actually gonna be in his favor because he gets so much reward on a proper read.
Foul smear, foul smear, foul smear.
Oh yeah, we get to do silly stuff.
This matchup looks silly. This matchup actually, I forgot what you said about the mirror in this match.
It's just a clown fiesta circus match. It's not. I don't know. It's very silly. I don't like it.
Yep, it is.
You don't like watching an item come on. Like, oh, they got a good item. And then they go,
oh yeah.
Oh my god.
2P versus 5K round start.
Yeah.
That is not an FBCJ code. Oh,
I'll be honest, this is the character I need to learn how to play.
Oh. There. Get that poison off me, Jesus. Oh. See, this is what I hate about the mirror. Long range, everybody is afraid to do something.
Oh, yeah. If you flail it, you can flail it.
There's a couple full items like RPS. Oh! I missed to confirm that.
It's a link, right? Is it 2K? Is 2K a link? Or...
It's like a tight gat. Not a strict, like an actual link. Yeah. It's more like it's like a delayed Gatling kind of.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Oh, it's a Slayer thing. Okay.
Yeah.
They only have
this is not Gatling. What am I doing?
Yeah, that's what I was saying about Slayer. No. I don't think it's actually. It's just weird. It doesn't feel good for me at least. Playable, just like it's kind of like it's hard to find a win condition, a proper one. Or how about a stable one? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, look at see Kiumbra 6HS everyone. I'm telling you, overheads are too hard. That 30 frame overhead. I don't know.
It's 24 frames actually.
That's pretty fast for how big it is. It's faster than Maze does.
Maze
25.
But it's like he has like 4 overheads, so it's like you gotta watch out.
I think it's not necessarily the speed.
We gotta see Pulsar and Kiumbra. Pulsar Kiumbra.
Okay.
Oh, yep. All right.
We gotta see the main mirror.
All right.
Oh god.
But yeah, I definitely want to do this format more, or more like where other people can steal the format. Like, how was it? Like, is that coaching thing something you guys have seen before?
Well, Kiumbra's like a regular to my stream, right? So I was I felt like obligated to like make sure it went well.
But I've noticed like most exhibition stuff, like they don't have that kind of like, I guess like during the set feedback.
Coaching was a thing that's actually like more of like a recent thing when you think about it, right? Coaching was like it was actually like a thing that was like a topic to like should it be banned, should it be allowed, right?
Yeah, I remember that discussion like 10 years ago or so.
Yeah. So like it's still like it's probably still pretty sensitive when you think about it. Right? Like,
I think the issue was more like about like if during like the middle of a set that could be kind of like in the middle of a game. That's like where it can get kind of distracting or silly. So.
This is what you do to main players. This is what you do. You block the vertical dolphin, and they go, "Oh, my life is over."
So yeah, CEO 2015, 801 Strider won it, but it was a huge controversy because he had his best friend there coaching him during the set, and like he would start yelling, and his opponent was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, like more of a distraction by it.
Yeah, it was huge.
Thanks for the follow,
really, like,
Akatari.
Just was enough at that point.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like in this set, and like the way we did it, I think it's fine because it's like both sides have it.
Yeah, it's intended. It's like that's the thing. It's actually designed around coaching. Yeah, which is like.
Yeah, exactly.
This is fine, but like there's other reasons, but that was like the tipping point, I think, for people. It was just like, yeah, no. And like even coaching between say winners and then like you go reset to losers, like that I think a lot of players are fine with, but it's like coaching during the set at all, no.
I mean, I've definitely like been like watching chat when I've been like on stream doing fights, and then I'll glance and see something like, okay. No.
Yo.
Alright. The Clown Fiesta.
This is not what they said in the May matchup guide. It says whoever's up dolphin second wins.
Hey, or you just never do dolphin.
Listen, there is no way to know which one wins.
Never do dolphin. Is that on the list? Just don't ever do dolphins and watch other May player kill themselves.
Oh my god, that's kind of the summary of the stream, isn't it? When May did it, Dolphin May did well. When May, Dolphin May killed themselves.
Am I passing? We can pass. I'll let you guys go.
Yeah.
We can play again. It's fine.
I'll play.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can do.
I don't think I've played you, or it's been a while since I have.
How do you?
It's been yeah, it has
There
been
we
a
go.
while.
I feel like it was just like one time in quick match.
Yeah, maybe like a couple times.
Oh wait,
maybe.
am I in? How do I pass it?
It's
Select.
select.
Oh crap! I left the room. That works.
Yeah.
What am I? So am I playing you, Jack, or
Yeah. Sure.
okay? Your turn was skipped due to inactivity. Oh.
Oh no.
I'm in.
We
Wait,
could.
what?
Right, just
Okay.
keep skipping.
So
Everybody skip.
Godspeed.
so yeah, just everyone skip until I guess it's me and Jack.
Oh, because wrong way to play. Wrong way to stay is right. Yeah.
Gotta love
Okay,
this
here we
room
go.
format.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Man, this music's still
Oh my.
rocks my socks.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. Do.
Good coaching is really important. It's nice to have someone there to like point out what you're doing wrong. That's like the point. And then maybe telling you what you're doing is good. Like, that's pretty. That was sick. That was nice.
Yep.
You know, motivation is always nice. Like, praise is always good. I feel like I always just point out the flaws rather than like, well, that was sick. I don't know. It's just me as a person though.
No, that didn't hit me. Oh well.
I always need someone to tell me to stop using Dolphin. Charging is way too fun.
When you look at I play, I just rarely do it. I don't know how to describe it. I'm gonna use kick. I'm gonna use only ever use kick. I think I'm using
Bell.
Combos. Oh, I thought I could get away with that.
No.
Oh,
No, have you considered not teching out and just letting the little girl win?
Never.
Oh shit.
oh, that reset did not work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yo, Leapfrog, thanks for the raid.
Old man reactions what I just saw in my head right there.
You want to play, Omar? That actually might be fun, yeah. Fuck it, me versus Omar, so we can see some pot?
That match is pretty fun too for me. I like that match.
Fuck it, yeah.
May? That matchup scares me. Like, I know May technically wins it, but it's like, you get hit once and then you're on the ground.
Oh, you have to play perfectly full match. Yeah, that's all it comes down to. But the match should be in your favor. That's how I would describe it. It's definitely one of those like human error can ruin the site.
I'm killing myself.
In all honesty, I think it's actually not May's favor. It has to be. It's even best.
Oh.
But some can get 2D heat on it, which is like a huge thing.
Well, the way I look at it is, I
wanted the gold
Because I know the Slayer matchup really well, and the Pot matchup just like, please don't hit me, big man. Also, Pot's hurtbox is deceptive.
I
went for a throw. I went for a throw.
I got the throw first, it looks like.
Yeah.
What's the break window in this game? Is it 2 frames? It's 2 frames, right? For the break?
It's okay, so it's 2 frames, plus technically if you both throw, then it's like a 3 frame, you know?
So, do we want to see me versus Omar?
Yeah, but it's 2 frames. So it's the frame of and the frame after.
Oh, for teching. Yeah.
So we gotta do me versus
Yeah,
Omar?
that's one way you could put it, yeah. Yeah.
Alright. So yeah. Let's do me versus Omar, and we'll see see how that one goes.
How long do we got? I'm gonna have a quick
It'll
shower.
probably be like another 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, but also like coming back from work, going straight into the game. I'm not sure. So long stream is long, but yeah, let's get Omar in here, and then we can do the same thing as before.
How do I go to training mode from here?
I'll be right back.
Training mode?
I'm just gonna remake a room. So.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, no, hey, Kraken Pulsar, thanks. I know Pulsar, you're coaching the other set, but yeah.
I'm still here.
Still coaching all the maze.
I guess.
All right, it looks like everybody's leaving, so
Yeah.
I will leave this room too.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Alright,
yeah,
I think I'm gonna hop out of the commentary channel, guys.
Yeah. I think we're gonna
fun.
set up the commentary stuff, probably, like, Pulsar, I don't know if you want to
Yeah.
commentate as well for the Maypot thing.
I can just chill. I'm not doing anything. You know.
You're waiting for the next fight.
Yeah, I'll head off too. So yeah, thanks for the matches, guys.
Good
The stream was very fun. So
yeah, absolutely.
Or I'll stay around and I'll watch the last one too, though. So
okay, yeah. So we're gonna do me versus Omar at least until like Vulture's ready, I guess. So
sounds good.
Or probably first to 5. Alrighty.
All right, looking forward to it.
Yep.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Alright, let me get this. Alright. Link is in management. Yeah. I need to, like, plan these better as far as timing, but I don't know. As long as we're all having fun, that's what matters. So.
I just from like my experience, just time breaks for you and everyone else. Yeah, that's what I really suggest.
Yeah.
Just something about I felt so bad when I had Crackon did the main matchup chart. That was like a 4-hour stream and we did not take breaks. We just went right through. I felt so bad. I still feel bad.
Yeah. If you want to watch it, I put the link. I think in management's also in stream info.
Oh, is it in there? I'll training.
Yeah, let me set up the thing again so you guys can have fun. So yeah, Omar and I, we've met each other, and like last time we fought was over at Tournament of Thrones in North Carolina.
He's East Coast, gotcha.
Yeah, he's East Coast, yep. So yeah, we met, and then he sent me to losers in a close set, 2-1, and then we met again in losers finals, and I won 3-1. So yeah. Yeah, if you can, set yourself to spectate, and then I'm gonna do the audio funnies.
Where are you at? Celtic speak?
All right, I'm not gonna hear you guys anymore.
Where are you at location? Because your ping is like crazy high.
Oh, I'm in South America. That's why.
Gotcha. Alright, am I watching something? Jeez.
Please select your character.
Also, I guess I should do this.
Heaven or hell? Duel.
The main dice stream, but then not to see. Nice airthrow, right out of the gate.
I don't know why, but this puts every color between the toothpaste. Ooh. Chase down. Beginning of the out. Okay, burst out. Gotcha. Respect the out of button. What's it?
Nice.
You could have died from chip too. Had that been a cross up, that would have been an impossible FD too. So it worked out pretty well.
Here comes Daredevil. Please select your character. Heaven or hell? Duel. One. Let's rock.
Cool. That's good. It's hard to explain like why this match is like. Cause I think like Mage just kind of like plays in like that range. That protector's like, oh, this is great. This is ideal. You move on. I think this is a matchup where I decided to like win just based off of the clock. Like I'm 100% fine timing this character out.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I wonder if it's worth the meter. Minus. I forgot how minus this is now. -9 now? Pretty good. Either way, it is a free pot roaster. Quite meaty. Fun fact, you can actually contest Protector's Jump D with Maze Jump D. Shit is glorious. you get the double stun, you get the counter pop. It's so glorious. Like,
Jesus. I didn't know she would get so much.
Yeah. It's a hard knockdown on counter, right? So.
Here comes Daredevil.
Vikings damage is 5% most ever PS strategy from me, despite how lame shuffling went. Well, I think like the mentality is like you don't necessarily always win by you don't actually just win by timeout. You play as if that's your goal, right? You just kind of like whittle them down and just wait for time to run out.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like my true win condition. It's like the mentality. Ooh, that's like... That's the overdin. Another team, like there's like a lot of like May only things Pacific has in this matchup, and it's pretty brutal. Right, like May is like extra wide when she crouches, so a lot of these just neuters are like obscene ways. It's just weird.
didn't know Potemkin had melee specific stuff.
I mean, it has like the generic stuff too, right? Like 2D, right? Will always go on a heat on May because she's a floaty girl. And I think also because she is extra like wide when she gets hit, it does work like 100% of the time. It makes the matchup feel really bad knowing that like any straight hit will go into the complete blender of Potemkin.
Oh, nice flick.
What's the flick on? Was it on the way on the hoop?
What happened? I just got back.
I think it was on the Dolphin.
Ew. Ew.
Please select your character.
Alright, or Cliff arrived.
And he probably might need like, a little bit to unwind though, right? I can imagine. I would.
Heaven or
I'm
hell.
back.
Duel. Let's
Ooh.
rock.
Or turquoise for Nipkin? Last time I fought a Potemkin, I fought this guy called Omega Tom Hanks. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Still around, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's playing Strive, right? I think he's on the Strive now.
Oh, I don't know. I was playing him in this game, and I didn't take a single game from him.
It's pretty tricky, yeah.
I did one empty jump low the entire set, and he did the exact counter to beat him. Like, how? How did you know? And he's like, oh, I just felt it. He didn't even think about it. I'm just like, I cannot beat this.
It's just game sense, man. It comes over time. A lot of time.
No, that is psychic ability that I do not have.
It's like weird, like when you play enough, you just kind of figure out like, okay, this is happening, this is happening, this is probably gonna happen next, right?
Yeah, that's how it happens when you play like a grappler like that, where you have to get hard reads. You just start to feel when the opponent wants to jump, when the opponent wants to backdash. It's like that's like a talent, how good you are at that, and I'm just like, holy no, not like that. I gave up after like nine games. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't beat you. I'm like in a different like, not even tier, like I'm like way below the levels of.
It just comes over time, right? Everything just comes over time. Tom Hanks put a lot of time into the game though, like so much time.
Yeah, some people put in like I played Blitz the other day, and I only took 2 games, and the rest of the time Blitz wasn't even trying that hard. It's like
You don't know
20 years in this game, that does something, you know?
How long have you been playing fighting before then?
This game or fighting
Just in general, yeah.
I've been a Smash player since I was 5. I've been playing competitive fighting games since I was like 15. And I started with Street Fighter 4 where I was geek.
Okay, you know what I mean? Gotcha.
So all my like base for fighting games comes from playing Geef in Street Fighter 4, which is like, how does each button interact with all the other players' buttons?
Yeah. Just play all your buttons. It's like kind of like pressing hard slash with me. That's what that is.
Yeah, it is.
You'd be surprised how good that is. Just actually just sitting there, I'm protecting the I'm building meter. I mean, Potemkin just walk forward and build a bunch of meters too, though. It really comes down to who's more terrifying than you, I would say.
Yeah, that's really hard to do there. I think that is like a 1 or 2 frame link. at best. On pot, close slash, heavy slash, SVD, drag down to get the 2K afterwards because he falls so fast.
I have no idea what 2 combos.
Ah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. There's like unique combos you want to do in pot just because of how heavy he is.
Yeah, I think we'll learn like very character-specific combos just over time, and then like find a fit enough. Yo, Mace Pipe is like super good in this matchup because it hits him crouching, so it's
great.
Yeah.
You know, an underrated button is face jumping punch.
I rarely use it. I can tell you the cases when I do use it, but I'm rarely ever gonna use it.
I'm telling you right now, you should try it out more. It clashes with so many things you just would expect just to straight up anti-air you. It'll just, at worst, clash. Sometimes it'll just straight up beat things. Like, I've stuffed a lot of approaches. You can stuff, like, Nappa punches with it and stuff. It's, yeah, no, it's a really good button.
I wonder if Hitbox is like, let me see.
Vulture says he's ready, by the way.
Yeah, just tell me wherever I'm going. Guilty.
Please select your character.
Are these two still going?
Yeah, they're still in it. I'm waiting until they move me. I'm gonna just sit here.
Heaven or hell? Do one. Rock.
Oh, surprisingly, this way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, considering Mei lacks that sort of area to hit, like JH is so slow. You like so many other pokes just straight up will just hit you before you can get that out. So having a button that just reaches that area is also really nice for Mei.
Yeah, I know. I definitely not use it like when I need to use it, but I just feel like I don't ever click on. I throw it out. That's kind of like my mentality.
Yeah, I've used it a lot more. Oh, one thing you can do that's really fun is you can do like a jump in and do like a early JS, and that'll catch someone blocking high. Then you do JS, Gatling, JK, JP, and that's 3-hit overhead.
Then why not just do the aggressive roller on the way out, and you got your 4 overhead?
Yeah, but then you have to spend money to use it.
Fine.
And if you whiff, you're actually in the bad spot.
Fine. It's gonna
So it's like it's not. I don't use it that often, but it's good to know that it's there. If your opponent's like really blocking all your mix-ups, because that happens in this game. Your opponent's just like, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna start plugging guarding.
No, shit. You might go OTG killer. I don't know. Or just kill entirely.
Yeah.
Might be something.
How do you feel about Mei's supers compared to the supers, or Mr. Sparkles or Russia guy? I don't know how they call the Orca in Strive. Like, how do you feel?
Mei supers are actually just cheap in this game. I think they're actually filthy. All of our supers are filthy in this game.
Yeah,
they're all super strong. That's like I literally say like I think Mei's like goes up a tier if she's against the wall. How Whale interacts with people, it's too good.
I do miss the Orca though. I love having the super in the air.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, like, I think people would kill the Hammer Spinny Super in Strive, right?
Oh, no.
Up, yeah.
Well, the plus R version maybe, but this is actually the only version where it works like this. It doesn't work like this in Expert, and it doesn't work like this in AC. And AC has no armor.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, all of our supers are super busted in this game. They're all good. They all have a purpose.
I think if anyone wanted anything, they want this version of Yamada. Like, do all the things you could punish in Strive with Yamada, like this.
It's like barely. It's not existent in Strive. It's so useless. Well, just look pretty decent.
I mean, it's great for criticals.
I mean, it's still fun. It's. Oh, it's a nice guy.
It used to be better in like the first beta of that game, the first rollback beta. I remember you could catch someone trying to air dash out of the corner with Yamada. It was really good, and then they changed the way air dash works, and no longer does that.
Emma.
Combo there. Do you play Exert? Did you ever play Exert?
No, when Exert came out, I just left for Japan, so like I was like in a weird like transitional phase where I didn't really play fighting games for like a long time. So like when I came back to America, I started playing fighting games again.
I only played it for a little bit, but it was technically my first Guilty Gear.
I also didn't like. May was a very different character, right? So I kind of like dropped her.
Yeah.
And Exert, I think I played. Who the hell did I play in Exert when I first came out? Chip? I think I played Chip.
I have a PS4 controller that is reminded I played Chip for 1 point because its up button is broken.
all the triple jumping or what?
No, jump installs. Because you have to do like the jump install into the Rekka, into the to launcher if you wanted to get the best combos.
You have to jump install the Rekka? Wait, why would that be a thing in Exert?
So you do the Rekka, and then you can combo it into standing punch into the launcher.
Yeah.
But you have to jump install the 5P into the 2H.
Yeah. So why don't you just do 9-5P 2H? That would work, right?
Yeah, but I was doing it on a pad and I sucked. So I started mashing it.
I literally, it's yeah.
I mean, Jack's keeping this kind of close.
Please select your character.
I think a move that is underutilized too is Maze Jump as.
Yo, well, you know what? I actually, like right before my set today, like a few days before, Kyle told me to start using J2H, so just jump J2H as a neutral tool, and I was like, wait, really? And like I just learned how to do that, so that got me thinking like, oh, I should do that in Stride. And I remembered freaking patch. They added recovery to it now.
Yeah, her jump 2H is kind of garbage. She got hit by a bunch of weird changes. I was like, damn, what does this character do?
Well, like, I don't understand if they're going to like take away the knockdown in 3K. Then why not why not be able to special cancel or something? Like if it's just gonna work like that. Like, you
that's what the Soul kept his hard knockdown on his 6H too, and I was like, why? What? I wondered why. So what's the purpose of Mace 3K now? I don't even know.
It doesn't even get like Geo doesn't get hard knockdown on the overhead she does, but she can technically dash up to you and still get immediate. So it's like it's not like an OP spawn. It just has not as small.
I don't make it for
like 3K OP
chasing with a dolphin. It's weird. It's not equal for sure. It's still a weird chain.
Well, this is what I say. I said as soon as they start nerfing Mei, I'm gonna quit because I know she'll only go down. She's a new killer.
I quite like the new Mei. I think the new Mei is pretty fun. It's not quite as.
I mean, she's fun. I just don't think she's good anymore.
She seems very fun. Her damage is just so high. Yeah, I couldn't write her off really. Like, not that much worse than Kai, in my opinion.
I think Kai got pretty good.
Yeah. Just make it eat some nerfs and still be fine. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, just fine.
I feel like she's fine against most matchups, but then I just fight like the bad matchups like Ram and Nago, and I'm just like, oh no, what do I do? Honestly, it could just be my playstyle. Because I'm just so footsies oriented, and maybe that's just not how I play this.
You gotta slug it out, man. You gotta slug it out with those characters.
Wait, really?
I don't know. I just game sensitive.
Okay.
You just play safe. Oh no, nice jump, dude. Omar has been really good on these HK reads.
Right there where he did like 2D and then got the tech chase with the HVD. Omar can just like tech and then start mashing 4H and
you don't limit yet.
That's gonna work, yeah. But you can't. Oh, you can't get a combo. Wait, good. Yo, what? That was a whiff to throw attempt.
Telling you, man, D-Hoop is the best thing she has.
Oh, I love it. Dude, D-Hoop against Biken? Just like, oh,
I
Biken
do all
wants
the
to guard
hoops.
cancel.
He's everything.
K-Hoop is really good for certain Oki setups.
The Hoop is good for like forcing an interaction.
Hello.
You force them to do something.
Hey, GG's Omar. All right, let's get yeah, the other set in the room now.
All right, drag me to wherever I'm going. Let's see this thing.
Yeah, just go back to blue corner.
Okay. I'm gonna beat AFK for a second though.
All right.
Is it just Jack and I? Yeah.
Yeah, Jack and I, Kelt's kind of here as well, so.
Oh, it's Moose who's up.
Yep.
And against Cliff. Yeah. Dude, that fight, you made me fight triple the 5T or whatever.
T5.
Yeah, dude, that was. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know Cliff could do this.
What is this exhibition format? So, what I did is a series of first to fives and then a couple coach first to sevens ukujiku. So this is gonna be the second of the. Me and Omar was just kind of impromptu thing. Yeah. Let's see. So let me go ahead and get the names right. So this is coach first to sevens. And the way that works is that each player will be in a voice chat with their coach, and then basically there'll be about a 1 minute break between each game, and that'll allow for the coaches to talk to them and make adjustments and stuff as things go. So we got Moose playing May with Pulsar as coach again. Pulsar coached the set earlier for Kiumbra, and then we got on the other side JustVulture, a Cliff player, with Gdom as coach. And the thing that's interesting there is that Gdom and Moose have played a lot against each other, and I think it's about even, slightly Gdom favor. So Gdom's definitely going to be familiar with what Moose is going to do. But we'll see how the coaching goes. So, yep. Wait, do I have the stream link pinned? There it is. Get them in here, and so get this started. But yeah, how was that Potemkin set?
I mean, from what I've seen, or you want me to ask like what our opinion was on you?
Not just in general. I don't know. I don't know what was said on commentary. I can go check later.
I mean, you did well. I honestly that matchup honestly scares me because it's like you get knocked down once and it's like, oh gosh, what do I do?
Yep.
His pressure also continues a long time if he has the Hammerfall FRC down.
Yeah, we are still going. The stream has been up for 4 hours. So, just the way the timing worked out, and so yeah, I appreciate everyone bearing with me on that. A lot of great sets.
Yeah. Okay. So just making sure.
I'm in spectator mode, but it's not automatically going to select the match. What the fuck? Yeah, Cliff versus May. These are both damaged juggernauts. But Cliff with the bigger sword, the bigger weapon. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the neutral will poke wars. Yeah, we're seeing Moose is doing like decent pressure, not getting really hit into the Cliff damage. Ooh, these throws. 1 point. Oh no. Good hoop usage. Just sitting there. Oh no, it's waiting. Yo, Kraken, thanks for the follow. Yeah, we got ourselves some Moose gaming. Yeah, I'm glad Side Talk, so thank you for playing. So it's been fun. I know May Gang unfortunately taking some L's, but also ukujiku, thanks for the follow. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to the next Tournament of Thrones. Like, I think it's one of those, like, I'll probably be able to. It's just, like, do I want to with my now work being busy for me, so. Yo, LSD, thanks for the follow. Oh no! Cliff damage! Oh, can it close it out? Close it out. That is one on the board for Moose. So now I gotta set the timer. Yeah, the date is 17th, I think. So I think a couple weeks. But yeah, what are your... So yeah, Cliff versus... So yeah, are you traumatized by T5's Cliff, Watson?
No, no, I'm not. I'm just like... It definitely is eye-opening. I liked losing a bunch, because then it's like, okay, now I know what I gotta go practice. And that means... I went into the replay thing, and I was testing everything. I'm like, okay, I just can't push buttons here. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Moose taking game 1, but already this seems like it'll be a good set. So, all right, time to go tell the players the things. Seconds out.
Yeah.
Pretty lit,
seconds
so.
out. But yeah, seconds out will be my signal to press ready.
All right.
Bye bye. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, so
Rude Jack. I'm
definitely,
sorry.
It was more. It wasn't just really the Cliff matchup. It was more T5 that was like just the player knowledge and adaptation that he had. Because it's like I did win some of them, and it's like May gets the right hit on Cliff gets stunned, right?
Yeah. Ukujiku should coach so Pulsar can go to bed. I mean, I'm okay if you want to do that. Just, I mean, I'd let that be a Moose decision, though. Moose controls your fate. Oh shit, I gotta press fucking spectate because I want...
Heaven or hell. Duo.
Alright. Ooh, the hoop not working. Yeah, that's the thing. Cliff, it's like for this fight, it's one of those, I feel like of like May and Slayer, it's like it is damage juggernauts, but generally like Slayer doesn't have like that crazy range. Crazy mobility, but not necessarily range. While Cliff is just like, the sword is bigger than your anchor. That is how it is.
The sword is indeed bigger, but it's the speed that's really annoying.
Yeah.
And it's also the fact that he could, yeah, see, like, you just stun him.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows. Oh, good. That's hard.
I saw the 6H coming on with, like, the fear of it, and then 5H was like, nah, fam. Yeah, I played JustVulture some last night before I went to bed, so that was a good time. Yeah, Ukujiku, if you could convince Gdom to do a set with you, then we'll do it. Ooh, 6H, big cliff damage. Missing the force break. Got all that meter. Oh, should have just double whaled, I feel like, with that gold bar. But then again, ooh. What button did Moose press? Oh no. Oh no, the back broken.
Yeah, I find like that's something you want to do against Cliff. If you can hit him with a 6B ever, do it, because then he loses access to his 5D, loses access to the dodge.
Yeah. Moose is being very patient right now. That is helping. We are both like a hit from depth.
Well, that's because like at any time, Cliff could do the pull vault and that'll chip him out.
That is
funny.
funny.
So you gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice combo.
So yeah, JustVulture and North Carolina Cliff as well as Gdom. Like I ended up meeting Gdom over at Tournament of Thrones. So that was cool. I ended up losing to him in Grands. Like 3-0. It was just like death. Ooh, Dizzy. Got the burst. Uses it.
Could have went for IK there. That would have worked.
And the Dolphin kill. So we got Moose now up on the board 2-0.
Yeah, That would have been that's where I would have went for IK if I were Moose. Oh.
Gdom didn't drop a game. Yeah, no. He also like we warmed up together, and so he was ready. Timer is, yeah. So it seems like Vulture's like getting in some damage. It's just like, it feels like it's like losing enough of the neutral game where it matters.
He can't lose it once. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he
can't get hit once.
Yeah.
Seconds out. Seconds out. Yeah, you should play ukujiku, Watson, at some point. I mean, it's may mirror bullshit, but because I ended up fighting ukujiku at the Tournament of Thrones, and I was may mirror things happened, and I somehow won that. I'm not the better player though.
Who does Ujiku play?
Okay. I think him and Zygar have some of the best May combo routing in NA.
I mean, it's the main mirror.
I hate it. I used to like it, and I no longer do. Yeah, this is becoming like a cautious poke war.
Well, neither wants to take a risk. Split an anti or May constantly. No, you always want to summon D up there.
Who's turning on the pressure? Not getting the combo. 2D. Both bursts are gone. Oh, that taunt projectile, yeah. Good throw. Oh, you can throw. Okay. Oh my god. Good air throw. Damn, hoop being hoop. The cliff damage. Oh no, the overhead kiss. Into a corner loop. Doesn't get the Oki. Ooh, this could be big for JustVulture. Nope. Locked. Locks the whale though. Moose's meter. I don't think I would have used that burst. Now you're potentially going into round 3 with no burst, and Moose has burst, so. Didn't get more off the 5H. Yeah, Moose is just like getting in just soon enough. Oh, the dizzy! That's another game on the board for Moose. Yeah, what do you think, like, Vulture needs to be doing to, like, turn the tide?
Vulture needs to pressure more. Vulture's just standing back, poking, standing back, poking. You just... That was never what won 5T against me. That's usually what got T5 to lose against me, was just standing back and trying to play neutral. It's like, yeah, technically he has bigger buttons, but it's like, it's easier somehow... I don't know how to describe it. It's easier with the way May moves to get a hit, but if you're stuck in the corner, that's just going to, like, end it. So, like, Vulture needs to get a hit, push to the corner, and then do a better mix-up.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard though. I don't know if Vulture has the has the practice to be able to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess more practically,
we'll see. Well, time to tell.
More jumping slash, I would say.
Time to tell the corners.
Dash.
Seconds out. Seconds out. Alright. Back. But yeah, Ukujiku, if you convince Gdom to do a set with you, I will 100% stream that set. Oh shit, I gotta...
Heaven or hell? Duo. One. Let's rock.
Yeah, Vulture like really, really needs to like start seeing these throws and react because they're, it's just, it's just throws. Ooh, good 2D. Ooh, I don't know what happened with that combo there. Yeah, that's the thing, like that cliff damage is scary.
And no, it's not just the cliff damage, it's the fact that Cliff can get that damage from anything. Cliff can run up to you, do a throw, Cliff can do a really fast overhead, Cliff can do this stupid sweep, and because he has the 2S OTG, he can convert off all that. He can convert off that.
And that was a close round.
That was good. Confirming into the HVD.
Oh, we're gonna see a dizzy. It's a dizzy. Alright, that's another game on the board for Moose. Oh yeah, with Axel, yeah. I did that when I was like doing convention. I'm like, I am stupid.
Well, yeah, because it's like you get him in, you get a hit like near the corner, and you want, oh, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna push him to the corner with this, because like, you did like the HHDFB, you go close slash 6P and whiff, and then he comes down with a button, and you just feel sad.
That's mostly why I hate him. Understandable. He just destroys your combo around him.
Yeah, he's stupid hard to fight. But there's like barely any Axels.
This is true. Actual players don't exist. Seconds out. Seconds out. Alright, game 5. It's like, I'm definitely seeing where Vulture's putting up a much better fight as this has gone on, but it's just like not quite enough.
I mean, honestly, this kind of felt like kind of one-sided. I'll be honest, when I saw the match, I'm like, Moose is really good, and
yeah.
But I only got one game against Vulture, but I was like, I don't know.
He did decent against me last night.
But you can see Moose has clearly practiced this matchup.
Well, I mean, he's literally fought Gdom a bunch, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, those throws... Yeah, those throws are just adding up.
I think another really hard thing about trying to learn against May is that a lot of us play very differently from each other.
Yeah, and that's something that hopefully like kind of showed today.
Oh, yo, he got the FRC time on slide.
These throws, holy shit! What the fuck? Oh my god. Buster roll, good movement there with it. I feel like that was a ooh, Rowan cancel, still blocked. Overhead kiss. Ukujiku, did you ever fight Gdom online? Okay.
Ooh, that was a good hit. Sick, right there, that's kind of one of the things Vulture needs to do, is start hit confirming more.
Damn, 5
that was
age
a
being
misinput.
goated.
He did not mean to do that 2S there.
Oh,
ooh, nice run up throw. Yo, that confirm. That is hard.
Good.
For those of you who don't know, that's a 1-frame link. SVD drag down to close slash. That is 1 frame to hit that. And it wasn't even like a fake combo too. That was like that was the frame.
Yeah. It's like it's 5-0, but it's not showing how close these rounds are. And it's like those throws I think are the thing that are like I think without those throws, Moose would probably still be winning, but it wouldn't be this one-sided that we as far as the score goes. It's not what I'd expect.
Well, it's also that Moose is hit confirming more than Vulture is. Vulture's gotten quite a few good hits. It's just never confirmed into a drill or never confirmed into even a good Oki there. That comes with experience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I think like the margin between the two is not as large as it may seem. But honestly, there's a level of that consistency Moose has that is showing through. Time to go say hi to them.
Good luck.
Yeah. Seconds out. Seconds out.
Yeah.
Well, it also comes down to experience. It just feels like Moose has way more experience in this matchup than Vulture does.
Yeah.
I definitely would like to see this format done for one of the other lesser played characters. Like I said, Venom and Axel is a good example. Robo-Kai maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Just please don't ever do it for the popular 3, you know, or Slayer.
All I know is the one I need to do it for is a Justice one, but it's Justice Mirrors and Bridgets.
You know, that's a crime in some countries.
And also make sure to massively skill mismatch the Bridgets.
Oh, that was good. I don't even go for that one.
I think you're a little behind.
Am I?
Oh, overhead kiss.
Yeah,
damn.
Yo!
Did I forget to update the score? Oh, we had 5 or 6. Oh my god.
This should be, I believe this should be 6. Wait, is it? No, I forgot to.
I mean, we have people like from different regions here. It's just getting a weekend time. So, oh boy. Yeah, it's definitely it definitely feels like especially if Moose is good. Like once Moose can latch on, it's becoming very hard for Vulture to respond. I think that's probably both characters like can do that to each other, where it's like one fucks up and it's bad.
Yeah, it's a very, very quick death matchup for both characters.
All right, and yeah. All right, time to go say hi to them.
Was in my game.
Yeah.
Seconds out. Seconds out.
I'm back here, but this might be the last game.
This might be. Well, that depends. I know Ukujiku's like, hey, I wasn't invited. It's like, I probably should have said something to him. To you, man. But yeah. I do want to see him and Gdom fight, because I don't think that happened. Even when in person, they didn't fight.
Who does Gdom play?
Cliff. That's the coach for, And that's the one that, like, Gdom's the coach, but also, like, Musa and him are friends, so. And I've played a lot.
That is a tough move to punish. Ooh.
Yeah, they didn't even play in casuals. That's why.
Yeah. You can tell the Vulture is just overwhelmed here.
Yeah, and Musa's doing a good job minimizing risk.
Honestly, probably going to steal a bunch of this tech that Musa's been doing.
Vulture fighting for his life. Ooh!
Yo, the low air throw, I love it. Went for it again. Dang, dude. I do not like going for that one frame link. Run in, slide RC.
That's it.
Congratulations, Moose.
Very dominant victory. But, so yeah, definitely it seems like just was able to latch on to the holes in Vulture's game. But I imagine once Vulture like gets a chance to like close those up, oh boy. So. Yeah.
Wow, this has been fun.
Yeah.
Is this the end?
I don't know, I gotta see if ukujiku and Gdom want to fight, but I'm sure they're doing their thing. So. Gdom's literally who was coaching Vulture, so. I don't know, I'd say, yeah, let me ask Gdom. Alright, I'm asking Gdom. Yeah, join the first Discord, ukujiku. Or I guess you don't really have to, but you can. First of 3, okay. So they can do like a first of 3. Ukujiku, let me send you the lobby link. It says invalid invite? Oh. There we go, so ukujiku and Gdom, so this is just going to be a quick first of 3. Yeah, should be interesting to see.
How do you feel about this matchup?
It's big buttons that are very annoying.
Heaven or hell? Duo. One. Let's rock.
Yeah,
Let's
they
see.
are very good guns. You can punish this. Yeah. surprised Ujiku did not go for the jack on follow-up to that anti-air.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, that surprised me when I first saw Cliff do that, and I was like, yo, Kai needs this on his
no, Kai needs
Greed
nothing.
Sever.
Kai needs death.
Kai needs that on his Greed Sever, man. That would make Kai so much better.
Kai needs death. Yeah. Oh man. Ukujiku latching. Oh man, those Mei combos!
So right now, I'm pretty sure Gdom cannot... Never mind. I was like, there's like, you cannot do 5D here, right? Yo, who's the big damage character, right?
Both. Is Mei or Cliff the high damage character? Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to...
This is... Ooh, overhead kiss. This should kill. This is game one
That
for
right there
Ukujiku.
is so hard. Oh my gosh. I never go. I always
Yeah,
go
Fun
for
Vulture
bar
good.
first.
Yeah, like the set, even though it was 7-0, it's like, it was still competitive. Like, I think it's just like once, but like Moose was just able to latch onto those holes, like basically drive a wedge into the holes you had in your game. I'm sure, like, no, you were doing well.
Oh, right. I need to ask you, Jack. Could you send
I'm gonna I know what you're about to. You're about to ask replays. I'm gonna upload all the replays into a Google Drive.
Yeah, thank you. Just it'd be good to review them too. Oh yeah, that's something about fighting Cliff is so annoying. You can't just run up 5K or Oki anymore. Like, I want my brainless Oki.
Oh no,
Come
the
on,
dolphin
man.
punish.
Ooh. Oh no, fails that punish. Doesn't go for the 1-frame link here. That was actually one thing that Kyle was telling me to stop, to not do, was to not bother going for the FRC there. And said if you're gonna spend the meter, you should go for HBD FRC.
Yeah. Oh, I think I saw that in the May channel, right?
Yeah, and it's like, I was like, but I didn't jump install. He's like, oh, you should always jump install. I'm like, but then, okay. That was like how most of the conversations went. It's like, why aren't you doing this? I'm like, because it's hard. He's like, you should do it. I'm like, okay.
Oh man, yeah, Ukujiku doing very well.
Yo, nice jump dust to get out of there.
Alright, that is another game for Ukujiku.
I can
Easy
never
input to
tell
a not,
that's
yeah.
gonna cross up.
Yeah. You did well, Vulture, you did well. So, it's like you fought Moose, who has a lot of, as far as you know, has a lot of experience in that matchup. So.
Yeah, like you're not bad at Cliff. It definitely was a matchup thing. You just had to like just get more of it. And I understand like a new game came out, you want to play that too. Oh.
I only play Plussy. That's me.
Really? You don't play any other ones?
I don't. Yeah, I've touched Exert. I've touched other ones. This is just the one that I've actually took the deep dive into.
Oh yeah, I mean, same for me. But like, you play any Kina Fighters? Any
No. Oh no, the Cliff funnies. May almost stunned. Ooh, FRC into Dizzy. 6H kill. Oh! Ooh, was that 6P Clash?
Yeah, 6P Clash immediately got Gold Burst.
Ooh.
Yeah, so right there, he actually could have landed the HHD, but you have to delay it. Like, you have to, like, wait quite a bit. Yo, this is it. Stun. I'd like to point out,
There's
that was
burst.
one combo.
Oh! The throw. So sad.
Ukujiku lost that one interact. That was one interaction he lost from. Just, oh, domination. Just, oh. Do not get hit by Cliff.
Oh yeah, I gotta have fun later when I go to like the template I made for the scores, and I gotta extend it to account for the impromptu sets.
You can add these too.
What?
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's
I'm
like
down.
they're happening. Might as well, right? No, I mean the little casual thing where we just kind of rotated. Like I'm not gonna put any scores for that, but like Omar challenged me, and it's like, all right, we're still waiting on Vulture, so I was like, okay, I'll play that game.
Yo, got him with the hardest of reads, sitting there charging at 6 speed. It's like, you're gonna HBD here. And he was right. That was the worst part.
My god. 6P, let's go! Aw, that whiff, so sad.
The Ukujiku, no.
Oh no, did Gdom get the download? Because that's the thing, like, yeah, Tournament of Thrones, like, it was a good time. Like, we ended up getting, like, it was me, Omar, Ukujiku, and Gdom. We got dinner afterwards. It was a good time. To reflect the unplannedness. I do like that idea, Cytox. What I am going, ooh, 6P, let's go. Ooh, I like that into the low. Nice. Ukujiku is on set point. And before they just keep playing, which I'm okay with, but I know Gdom said first to 3. Reactable 5D.
So much. I
yeah,
hate it.
it's reactable. It's just many frames. Yeah, part of it's a crouching animation.
No, over half of it's crouching. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like you literally just sitting there being like, oh, he's crouching, he's gonna do it, and like Cliff can literally just hold down.
Oh my god, that combo! Oh man. When I'm just like, oh, combo's gonna end, and then it's like, no, that's it, that's it.
Yeah. No, make it do huge damage too. Alright, congratulations on this impromptu set to Ukujiku.
Yep. Absolutely. I will see you at the local. Stand by, I gotta react to that. It's in the Discord.
Well, thanks for having me on. Thanks for letting me commentate, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for playing too. Didn't know we were having improvised set. What is it, my turn? We have nothing planned, so yeah. We're gonna call it there. Gonna have to find somebody to raid.
Alright, I'm gonna go.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Bye.
So yeah.
Alright, I'll take my leave as well.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Kelt, for helping out.
Yeah, I didn't do much. I didn't have anything to add, so I just kept quiet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks everyone for coming. That was fun. There were some nice matches.
Yeah, that was cool. And it'd be cool to see, like, yeah, and people absolutely, if they want to do this thing for other characters or like do the coach stuff, like, you can suck and steal the format. You don't have to ask me. You can, like, if you want, on how I ran it, if you want to understand more, like that, yeah. But at the end of the day, let's have fun.
I kind of like the idea of doing this with Venom.
That would be cool. I definitely know I'd have to grab Mercy. Venom player that I met up in Pacific Northwest. That was 4 hour 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you want to bike one of these exhibitions? Yeah, absolutely, LSD.
Alright, see ya.
See ya. Who to raid? Who to raid? Who's playing Guilty Gear? Anybody? Let's see. Who's playing Accent Core right now? Let's see, got a couple choices here. Van Street Battle. Yeah, let's go with Van Street Battle too, see what he's got going on. Oh. Or it looks like it's a tournament. Who's the other one that I saw? What are they doing? Yeah, let's go give a raid over there. Let me just make sure I can have their stream open. Alright, I'll see you all over there.